Welcome to Project 308. My name is Lou Trottier, and if this is
Who are you to call me a clone? What am I, dog meat?
Anyways, before I was so rudely interrupted, this is my 1978 Ferrari 308 that I'm restoring for you right in front of your eyes. And just disregard him, okay?
Come along for my road trip, just you and me, you and me. Come along for my road trip, we'll have lots of fun, you'll see.
Headers are in the truck and I'm heading back home. It's about a 40-minute drive to get from point A to point B. They look pretty good. We'll take a look at them when I get back.
Thanks for coming on my road trip, I hope you had fun with me. Let's do it again sometime soon, and we'll stop for coffee.
In our last episode, I promised you some footage of the headers being cleaned, sandblasted, prepped, coated, but I'm still waiting, and you're still waiting, and quite simply, I can't say that it'll ever happen, so maybe later, maybe not. But hey, here's the finished product anyways.
So from my last video, I had a couple comments and I got an email saying I was wrong about these ports. Now I'm pretty sure that I'm actually correct on this one. Here's why. If this was some part of an air injection system, well, these would be directly into the cylinder head. So if there was air feeding into the engine, it would go directly into the cylinder head. If it was part of the pollution system, that would be for the converter, well, it would be over here. There'd be no need for four of them. You would just put one into the converter. Therefore, these are output, not inputs. That means they were outputting gas, which I'm going to assume was to a 4-gas analyzer. Okay, over here is my muffler, tucked over there. Now what I was thinking of doing was welding in each port a O2 sensor fitting. An AFR stands for air fuel ratio sensor, and it is the modern version of what that would have been, that air sampling system. If I put one in per bank, I might be able to tune each bank. I won't ever get that individual sampling, but we'll figure it out. Have you come to work on my Ferrari? No.
Well, as you know, Terry has abandoned Project 308, and that's okay. He's retired and he's allowed to do that. But given the lack of extra help, I've decided to clone myself. But Lou number 2 is a real pain in the ass now, isn't he?
Despite the fact that I want to put the engine right now, I'm still trying to find somebody to put the rear glass in, because it's going to be a lot easier to put the glass in without an engine in it. While I'm stalling, I'm actually just working on the doors a bit more, because I didn't have these key locks properly set up. A fellow from Clark & Clark, he sent me some keys, because I didn't actually have a key or anything for this tumbler. These 2 lock cylinders, came with the car, but were not installed in the car, and I think the previous owner just sort of sourced them out, so I had to make a key work, because the key that came with the car, it wasn't even close to the right thing. So Robert sent me a whole bunch of keys, and I'm going to send these back to him shortly. Thank you for that. But right now we're going to put the lock cylinder back together. I did take the lock cylinder apart like 6 months ago, and I've forgotten, but you know, good old Ferrari shot for the win there. I got a picture there, so I kind of remember how it goes back together now. So the flat spot looks like it goes up, especially when I look at that picture. I'm worried that when I go to stick that in there, that this paint is not going to like me very much. There's a touch of a flat spot right there, but I'm hoping that there's no real... Oh, that's actually easy peasy. Never mind.
So just for clarification, I didn't recode these locks myself. I sent them out to a locksmith, and he had them for several months, because quite simply I forgot about them. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I better go get them. Disassembly and reassembly was all me, though, you know, the hard stuff. Damn, I need an extra hand. Wait, there's one right there. And yes, there are days this place gets quite busy with bodies coming and going. Grand Central Station almost. And that hand in the previous scene, well, that belongs to this young woman named Amara. She's new here.
Do you have the, do you have everything? All right. Is it in all the way yet? Okay.
Now it is.
Okay, just hold it there.
What?
You might be in my video now, though, eh?
And to be honest, I guess I should have forewarned her that there was the possibility she might be on video and not to have granola bars hanging out of her mouth, because I'm sure she would rethink that now.
Alright.
Now, when you're famous, people are going to go back to the older videos and you're just going to see me and I'm like, oh, who's this mysterious person?
Alright, is the key upright?
A lower side, just like that.
Okay, so you've got to hold it right there, okay? Hold it up, hold it straight, please. 30 mil, but a 1 3/16 seems to be the... All right, come here. Okay, stand here. You see that little hole right there?
Yes.
I need you to put, I need that to line up right there.
Okay.
Okay, and hold that there, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna need to go right there. Hold the door as well for a minute when I hit it. Oh, fuck. I just broke it.
Oh, man.
I guess I should have assumed that the plastic was sold on this, that I wasn't going to be able to pop that on. So this is the other side. Not sure what I'm going to do. I wonder if I can find this piece. Maybe I can 3D print it. Will it be strong enough, though, is the question. This wouldn't be Project 308 if I didn't have to reverse the process and go backwards multiple times. Alright, so this is the other side. I've taken the other one out. I'm going to put this one in for now while I figure out what I'm going to do with that. I've resorted to this. No. Okay, there we go. Now I think I can get the wrench on. And that's why I wanted to put the socket in. I think I got it tight enough with the last little bit I got with the wrench. Alright, so next is this little rod. The rod there, if you can see it, has got to go into there. And so I'm going to have to adjust it. I may just be a doofus of a Canadian boy, but there's something not right here. I don't know yet. I gotta go do some research.
So this is the actual diagram for my car. And my rod should actually look like this one. And of course, here's an eBay auction for a rod for $50. Can you imagine that? $50 for a single one? Not all three, a single one. Zooming in for a second, this part caught my attention. because I'm pretty sure this little piece here corresponds to the previous image. And that is simply not the same. And here we have an image from Ferrari chat of somebody doing a similar job off a newer car. And I most definitely don't have this lever mechanism in my car. And that lever mechanism is right here in this image.
All right, so this is what I know so far. This lock cylinder and this piece here are for a newer model 308, 81, 82-ish, maybe even a 328. This style uses that lever mechanism. I do not have the lever mechanism in my car. I believe I may be able to reuse a lock cylinder. This whole system is not going to work for me. The door lock latch assembly, the part that opens and closes, that latches the door together, it may not even be right. But at this point, if you look at the prices on these things, I'm not buying another door latch. Somehow, some way, I'm going to have to make something work. So I'm going to order one of these clips for an 81, 82, and then the rod mechanism, that's what I'm going to try and fabricate.
And this explains why I've taken a break from interior work, because quite simply, it's pretty demotivating that everything I touch on the interior of this car requires hours, and I mean hours of figuring stuff out. It's like getting a 1,000-piece puzzle and not having a direct picture on the box to figure out how to put it back, the puzzle together. What I've got happening now is make one tiny step forward, make 4 backwards as I figure out what's going on. And that's part of the problem with taking over a project from somebody else, is you never know what you're getting into. And I've gotten myself into a real mess. And this is the primary reason why this car is taking so long, is because if I had the car from running and driving, took it apart, labeled everything, put it back together, I would have some sort of recourse to be able to track everything, because I'm fairly organized. This is just a shit show, and I gotta say, I'm getting angry at it. This is just a shit show of frustration.
Always look on the bright side of life. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. You're definitely not here for my singing, that's for sure. Why are you guys still here? You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and all that you do. Appreciate it. I'm heading down south for 10 days to Costa Rica. I'll see you when I get back.